Sheffield trainer John Sharp has only been a professional trainer for 2 years, but in a short space of time he has had great success, thanks to the dedication and time he puts into his dogs.
Originally, I had a couple of dogs, got me into the racing, got me in the racing bug as an owner. Started getting a couple of dogs of my own flapping on Ascon and Highgate, and obviously gets you more into the bug. Then I think round about 2007, got a few more. Became a ground trainer, started training my own dogs. Got into a Category 1 final and winning it in 2012. My first Category 1 and winning it, which was quite good, an achievement.
And that was the 3 steps to victory.
3 steps to victory at Sheffield with 25 to 1 shot, Clarion Gold, who's still in the kennel with us. But since coming to these kennels just about 2 years ago, that made me take out my professional licence. Just myself and my wife, we don't have any staff. So it's quite hard work.
It is. And before this you were a pub landlord, weren't you? So it was quite a career change for you.
Yeah, I've been a pub landlord since sort of 1992. I've had pubs on and off since coming out of the RAF. So it was even harder running dogs and running a pub at the same time. Hence to say, it is a lot easier now with no other work commitments. So we can actually spend quite a bit more time with the dogs, but it's still hard work. It's still 6 in the morning till 10 at night, every day, 7 days a week. No holiday for 14 years. So you've got to love it because you don't make a lot of money out of it.
But it is a massive way of life for you, and that is because you really do it properly, don't you? And you wouldn't do it any other way.
Well, that's for you to tell me. You're here looking at it. We like to think we do it properly. The dogs are all very happy. They get very well looked after, very well fed. They've got heating. They've always got good, nice, clean bedding. We always keep it warm, no matter how cold it is outside. The dogs are always warm. They're not muzzled. I don't believe dogs should be muzzled when they're on the beds. I even have dogs together, and people say, "Oh no, you're mad, you're mad." If the dogs are happy, the content, they will not fight. You've got to know your dogs, and I know certain dogs that you couldn't put with a bitch, you couldn't put with anyone. And then you know dogs who are good with each other. It's about knowing your dogs.
What are the little things that are important here? I think feeding is probably a big one for you.
Nice beef steak that I've minced up. And then we've got a nice pot of stew going there.
And a treat room as well, which obviously the dogs are privileged to have.
Yeah, we always keep treats, plenty of bones, plenty of little treats, pig's ears, tripe sticks, just to keep them happy now and again. We always feed beef. I'm a great believer in raw food, raw beef. We do feed cooked beef as well. The secret to it, it's good food, keep them warm. Everyone says, "Oh, what do you do to train them? How do you train them? What's this to train them?" It's not about that. It's about the dogs. The dogs run for you. That's who the dogs run for. And if the dogs are happy and they're warm and they're good health, they'll run.
You do manage to make a living from it, despite the fact you own all your own dogs. So even doing it properly, feeding properly, it is possible to make a living.
Yeah, if you live on snack pots, living well is, have no clothes and don't go on holiday. No staff. Yeah, no, it's not about the money. Anyone who's in it to try and make money, forget it. It'll skin you. But we don't have staff, we don't have wages to pay. We get quite good run money on Sheffield. I'm not saying it's the best in the world, but it's a lot better than a lot of other tracks.
You like the good quality racing rather than the graded racing?
Yeah, I've been spoiled. I've had some good dogs down the line. I suppose it's a bit like a football fan. If you support Man United, you want to see them in the Premiership. You're not going to watch them in League 3 or, non-league football. It's what if you've had open race dogs, you've been spoiled. Some people say to me, "Good, you're mad having what do you have good dogs for?" What? All that, that's their choice. Nothing against them. That's entirely their choice. If they just want to run bags and they just want to run every meeting in the week and they make a living from it, and they'll probably make a lot more money than me because they have a lot more runners. But I like to watch every dog run. I like to win every race I'm in. If it was an A8, I still want to win it. An open race, you know that you're in there with the good dogs, and it's just the achievement of winning them. It really does give you the buzz.
We should mention you have another hobby as well. When you're not doing greyhounds, you've got a vast collection of cars out there.
Yeah, my bangers, as my wife calls them, the sheds. No, it's just something that to get your mind off the dogs. You know, some people go and play golf, some people go and watch football. With my oily hand, I like tinkering with old minis and metros and things like that. It just something to take your mind off the dogs, because you can't be 24/7. They do take a lot, and they do get a lot of my time, but it's just that switch off time of just doing something a little bit different.
You can tell they get a lot of your time as well. There's a real bond between you and your dogs, isn't there?
Yeah, look at my eyes. Look, I'm actually only 25. No, they even the paraders at Sheffield, if they're parading the dogs will all look back for me. They all want me to parade them.
My big baby. My big baby.
And they all know the names, as you can see now. They can hear me talking in here, so they'll all be quiet. But as soon as I open that van door and get one to go racing, all hell breaks loose.
So you like your open racing. What's the ambitions for you in greyhound racing? What would you like to achieve?
Everyone says the Derby, and it's the Derby, but you've got to be realistic. It's like trying to win the lottery. You know, I'm going up against 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand dogs. You know, the best from Ireland, the best from England, the best dogs that syndicates can buy, and I'm going up against them with £2,000 dogs, or my own bred. I mean, just to be running in opens is good for me.